I have to tell you the truth about something. I need to tell you the truth about twin flames, okay? Now, I did a video a few months ago, talking about what a twin flame is, okay? But since I've made that video, I have had a few revelations that I need to share with the masses. So, the updated truth about your twin flame. So let's just get straight into it, because a lot of people need to hear this. There's a lot of misconception in the spiritual community about twin flames, divine counterparts, soulmates, etc. So I'm going to run down to you what spirit told to me about twin flames and what I've experienced and seen and understand from my own journey as well. Okay, so straight off the bat, twin flames are the final test before you're allowed to meet your divine counterpart. Did you hear me? Your twin flame is the final test before you are allowed to meet your divine counterpart. So, your twin flame and your divine counterpart are not synonymous. They are not the same person, okay? They are not. And your twin flame is literally your mirror showing you your negative traits, your dark traits. Okay, so you know how they say your twin flame is your mirror soul? Okay, so your twin flame is technically your mirror soul. They mirror back to you what needs to be healed, fixed, what traumas, wounding, etc. that you have within you, okay? So a mirror, when a mirror reflects, it doesn't reflect exactly what it's not the exact same. It's not congruent. It's reversed, okay? So your twin flame is your mirror reflection. They are a reversal of you. So if you are light, love, your twin flame is going to be what is the word? I almost said negative reflection. Your twin flame is going to be the negative reflection of that. They're going to be the dark, the bad, the shit that needs to be healed. They're not congruent. If you put a reflection on itself, yeah, I think I'm saying that right. It's back, like it's reversed, okay? So your twin flame literally is only there to show you the dark aspects of yourself, to be a catalyst to help you step into healing and finding oneness and wholeness within yourself, okay? So your twin flame, like I said, is a catalyst meant to activate your divinity. That's all they're there for. They're literally there to push you closer to your divinity, to activate you, to be the catalyst, to push you into healing so that you can reach your divinity and bring you back to self. That is the purpose of your twin flame. Now, like I was talking about the mirror reflection and it being opposite, opposed. You and your twin flame do not share a soul. If you and your twin flame shared a soul, it would not be a mirror reflection. Because again, a mirror reflection is the opposite of the main thing it's reflecting. So if you and your twin flame shared a soul, you would not be reflections, mirror reflections. You would be congruent. You would be sacred geometry. You would fit together perfectly. Okay? So they simply exist to mirror and reflect back to you what needs to be healed. They had a soul contract with you from the beginning of time. They agreed to come here to help push you into your awakening, into your oneness, into your healing, back to yourself. Okay? So, twin flames are our opposing energy, our dark side. So, the purpose of the twin flame, the catalytic purpose of the twin flame, pushing you back to yourself, is basically to teach you how to reclaim your darkness, reclaim the negative energy from them. They possess all the negative energy. They possess all the dark energy. They are there to show you how to reclaim it from them, taking back your power, placing boundaries, learning how to detach, walk away, let shit go, leave motherfuckers in the past. That is the twin flame's purpose. That is their purpose. They are literally there to show you what you need to heal, to show you the dark side, the wounding, the traumas, all that shit, and to push you into your healing, to make you come back to yourself, to make you whole. Okay? Now, your twin flame is a literal test of how much you love yourself. Okay? Let me say that again. Your twin flame is a test of how much you truly love yourself and how much you've learned from dealing with them. Okay? So, your twin flame is going to basically test how much you love yourself. How do you love yourself more than you love the idea of being with someone? Do you love yourself more than you love the idea of being with someone else? Are you truly, unconditionally in love with yourself? Because if you were, you wouldn't give two flying nickel fucks about a twin flame. You wouldn't. Because you would be whole within yourself. You'd be content with yourself, by yourself. You wouldn't be worried about someone being there. And if someone was there, cool. And if someone wasn't there, cool. You good either way. You're good with them. You're good without them. Okay? But someone who fails the twin flame test is going to be someone who waits for their twin flame to heal, come back, and change. Someone who chases their twin flame. Someone who fixates on the idea of having a counterpart with them instead of finding the counterpart within themselves and being content with that. Okay, that's the test. Do you really, really, really love yourself enough to either be the fuck alone forever and still be cool about it? Or does your soul, your heart yearn and long for someone to be there with you? Because if the latter is the case, you don't truly, unconditionally, wholeheartedly love yourself. You do not. Because like I said again, you would not give two flying rats assholes whether you had someone with you or not. You'd be good with someone or good without someone, whether it's a twin flame or not. Period. Okay? So, your divine counterpart is not your twin flame. Like I said earlier, your divine counterpart and your twin flame are not synonymous. They are two different people, two different energies, two different souls. Okay? There's a hair on my lip or not? Feels like there is, but it's not. It must be the energy. Okay? They're not synonymous. Your divine counterpart is your other whole. They do not reflect. Your divine counterpart is not a mirror reflection. They do not reflect. Because again, when a mirror reflects, it reflects it backwards. It inverts the image. Your divine counterpart is not an inverted reflection. It's not an inverted image. They are your congruent. Okay? They are not opposed. You and your divine counterpart share the same exact frequency. You and your divine counterpart share energy, okay? It's not the same as a twin flame at all whatsoever. Now, fun fact, you can have more than one twin flame, okay? Because, like I said, your twin flame is not your other half of your soul. They are not your mirror reflection. They're not a part of you like your divine counterpart is, okay? So, you can have many twin flames. However many fucking lessons you need to learn in order to learn to come back to yourself is however many twin flames you will go through. Okay? They're just catalysts. So, you cannot align with your divine counterpart until you have come back fully to yourself. Why? Because your divine counterpart is you, literally and spiritually, metaphysically, okay? They are you because your divine counterpart is your other whole. You and your divine counterpart share a soul. You and your divine counterpart came from the same soul split into two. Not you and your twin flame, okay? So you cannot align with your divine counterpart until you have fully come back to yourself, healed, and learned how to love yourself unconditionally and be good with someone or without someone. Okay? Period. Because they are you. Again, literally and metaphysically. Spiritually. Okay? So, your divine counterpart is the feminine or the masculine energy within you. So, example, me. I am a woman. Clearly. I am a divine feminine, but I also possess masculine energy, just as all of us do. We all have feminine and masculine within us. So if you are a masculine, if you are a male, you also have feminine energy within you. And if you are a woman, if you are a female, you also have masculine energy within you. When you come back to yourself, you learn how to balance your masculine and feminine energies. You learn how to balance your yin and your yang, okay? So, your divine counterpart is either the feminine or the masculine energy within you, whichever one, put it where it goes, okay? Because you and your divine counterpart share the same soul. You're split into two people. So if I'm the feminine and I have a divine counterpart, my divine counterpart is going to be the masculine energy because I'm the feminine energy. But neither one of us will come together or can come together until both of us have aligned with, healed, identified the masculine and feminine energy within ourselves, until we have put them into balance within ourselves. Until that moment, we are not allowed to intermingle. We are not allowed to meet. Okay? So, you cannot love your divine counterpart until you truly love yourself, because you and your divine counterpart are the same soul, are the same person and energy. So, for those who keep wondering, where is my person? Where is my person? They're not going to come until you have fully learned how to love yourself, balance your masculine and feminine energy, your yin and your yang, your dark and your light energy, have healed your woundings and your traumas, have stepped into your awakening, etc., have learned the lessons from all the twin flames, have learned detachment, have learned how to let shit go, walk away, leave things in the past, set boundaries, reclaim your power. Until then, you will not be allowed to meet or be with your divine counterpart, because you literally have to be in alignment with yourself. You literally have to come back to self, because your divine counterpart is self. Again, literally and spiritually. So, it's impossible. It is impossible for you to ever be with your counterpart until you have mastered yourself. To be alone. To not need anything or anyone outside of self. Then, and only then, will you be able to come into alignment with your divine counterpart, okay? So, once you learn detachment and release and moving on, and you are in alignment or closer to being in alignment with yourself, then you are going to be closer to aligning with your divine counterpart. Once you truly learn unconditional love and acceptance of self, and you have no need or want to be with anyone but yourself and God, that's when you will meet your divine counterpart. That's when your divine counterpart will appear. Not before. So, those of you, I've been waiting for my twin flame for 15 years, and you're going to keep waiting, because your twin flame was your fucking lesson. You're waiting on someone that was teaching you to let shit go. Wait on no one and focus on you. And because you can't do that, you're stuck in that cycle, chasing the twin flame, instead of coming back to yourself so that you can meet your divine counterpart. Okay? Now, you and your divine counterpart share a frequency. You vibrate at the same exact frequency, because you two are the same soul, the same person. So, of course, you're going to vibrate at the same frequency. It's science. Like, that's literally just, you're made from the same exact thing. Of course, you're going to vibrate the exact same way, okay? And the vibration, the frequency, is what brings you into alignment, okay? So, for example, if I took, let's just do this, I'm just going to do this the best way I can explain it. If I took these two selenites, okay, now let's imagine these two selenite sticks are one selenite stick, okay? This one selenite stick is one soul, okay? We split this one selenite stick into two. They came from the same source. So they're the exact same. They vibrate the same. They have the same frequency, the same power, the same everything. They're exactly the same because they came from the same source. Okay? So this is you and your divine counterpart. You and your divine counterpart cannot rejoin, come back together and vibrate as a whole until you learn how to be whole by yourselves. Period. Okay? That's just how it works. There's no other way around it. You and your twin flame, let me see the best way I can describe this. Okay. I need something that looks the same, but if you turn it around, it's different. I don't have anything right now. Okay, so you and your twin flame. Basically the same thing with the selenite sticks, but you didn't come from the same source. So you and your twin flame, we're never together. So you don't vibrate at the same frequency. You don't move, feel, vibrate the same because you didn't come from the same source. Okay? Your twin flame, here we go. We'll do this. Your twin flame and you didn't come from the same source. One is dark, one is light. You didn't come from the same main source. So you don't share a soul. So the twin flame is going to vibrate in the dark. You're going to vibrate in the light. You can't. How is that balanced? You can't balance that until you balance yourself. And with a twin flame, you're not meant to balance that with them. You can only come into harmony and balance with your divine counterpart because you came from the same origin, the same soul. I hope that's making some damn sense. Okay. Now, like I said, you and your divine counterpart share a frequency and you vibrate at the same exact frequency. That's what brings you into alignment. Okay. So if you never align within yourself and balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine within you, there is absolutely no way that you and your divine counterpart can vibrate together in frequency together, because the frequency is thrown off because you're not in balance. You're not in harmony. So the vibrations are going to be a little off. Okay. So it requires you coming into balance, both of you within yourselves, the dark and light, masculine and feminine. It requires that action for the vibration, the frequency to balance and stabilize at the same vibration for you two to be able to merge back together. Okay. I feel like you're picking up what I'm putting down. I feel like you are. Okay. Now, yin and yang, the symbol yin and yang, is about balancing your dark and light and your masculine and feminine energies. Yes. But everyone looks at it as if it is about balancing that outside of yourself with your counterpart, and it is not. You have to first balance that within yourself. Then your counterpart follows. Okay. So once you have found complete balance and harmony within yourself, there is then room for your divine counterpart to come in. So look at it. Let me try to explain it like this. Yin and yang, okay? The symbol, they go together, all right? Now, if you take yin and yang apart and flip them and put them on each other, they're congruent, okay? Now, in order for you and your divine counterpart to come into balance together, you have to first take the yin and yang energy within yourself and put it congruent. So if it was a circle with two pieces and you took those two pieces apart, flipped them so that they lay on each other perfectly, it makes it one piece. Okay? When you do that on your end, your yin and yang turns into one piece, and your counterpart's yin and yang balances and turns into one congruent piece. Guess what? You then have two pieces that come together as yin and yang again. Does that make sense? I pray that makes sense. Okay? So the dark and the light of the yin and yang, it's a circle. It's the dark on one side, the light on the other side. If you take that apart, flip it, and put it back together, they lay on each other and make one side of the yin and yang. If your divine counterpart does the exact same thing, which is healing and balancing within yourself, then you then have one piece over here and the other piece over here, and you can put them together and they make the yin and yang symbol complete. Okay? So you literally have to find balance and completeness within yourself. Turn your yin and yang into one piece. And then those two pieces from your counterpart and yourself can come together to make the new yin and yang, or reestablish yin and yang or something. Okay? That's the best way I can say it. That's the best way I can say it to make it make sense. Okay? So until you do that, come into harmony within yourself with your dark and light, masculine and feminine within you, and they do the same, you cannot put your pieces together to reanimate the yin and yang. Okay? Your divine counterpart is your congruent, not your mirror. Like I said earlier, your divine counterpart is your congruent, not your mirror. A mirror reflects, and a mirror reflects it backwards. When you put two things together that are not reflected, they are just together. They're congruent. So your divine counterpart is not your mirror reflection. They don't reflect any darkness. They don't reflect any negative. They don't reflect any of that when you are in balance with yourself first. They reflect back to you the balance, the harmony that's within you. And you reflect back to them the balance and the harmony that's within them. There is no mirror. It's just congruence. It's sacred geometry. Because sacred geometry is congruent. It aligns perfectly with itself, in alignment with itself. So, again, your divine counterpart is sacred geometry. You are sacred geometry. You and your divine counterpart do not have opposing energies. You are congruent, not reflective, okay? So you two are not mirrors like your twin flame and you are. Like I said, mirrors show an opposing image. Your divine counterpart is congruent and is in agreement or harmony with you, okay? And that is only achieved with your divine counterpart. That cannot be achieved with your twin flame. Because you and your divine counterpart are sacred geometry, okay? So, twin flames, in essence, are a trap to keep you stuck in cycles and chasing the idea of harmony and balance and love outside of yourself. They're a trap. They're just to keep you chasing a dream and keeping you from actually taking the time to heal and align within yourself, okay? We only have one divine counterpart. We have many twin flames and one divine counterpart because you only have you and that person's soul. Then you put them together and it makes that one soul, okay? So, the last thing, everyone has a divine counterpart. Every single one of us has a divine counterpart, okay? The thing is, though, not all of us will do the inner work and the healing work to align with our divine counterpart this lifetime, okay? So, you aligning with your divine counterpart, you finding and aligning with your divine counterpart 100% wholeheartedly depends on your willingness to heal, balance, align, etc., awaken, etc. Without doing any of that, you absolutely cannot and will not be joined with your divine counterpart this lifetime. You will continually run into twin flames. You will continually run into mirror reflections and not your congruence. So, in order to find your divine counterpart, when everyone asks, where is my person? Your person is technically within you. You have to be aware and awakened enough to find your person within you, be content with you, within you, your counterpart do the same, and then and only then, when the frequencies are matching vibration, can you and your divine counterpart come into alignment and be together. Until then, you will just be walking around here, where is my person? Where is my person? Do the work. Do the inner fucking work. Stop bitching, get the shit done, and you'll find your person. Period. That's it. That's all. That is the truth about twin flames and divine counterparts. You will never, ever, ever be with your divine counterpart until you actually do the fucking healing, shadow work, and inner work to come into balance, harmony, and alignment with yourself and be content with being alone, not needing outside validation or love from anyone because you have it all within you, because you are whole within yourself. But guys, that's all I have for this message. That's all I got. So, get to work so you can get your person. Stop fucking around. Quit screwing around. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Toodles.